Hi everybody, this is TassyH, independent Tupperware consultant. Tonight I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to make spaghetti sauce with ground beef in our stack cooker. So just briefly about our stack cooker. If this is the first video you're watching as to the miraculousness of this set cooker container, I just want to tell you a little bit about it. This is really heavy duty plastic, and when you are cooking with it, these wings don't get hot. So you can cook this in your microwave 15-20 minutes, and as you're taking it out, these are not hot. So you don't need oven mitts, you're not going to burn your fingers. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So this set comes with a few different pieces. So it's going to come with the large, I believe it's a 3.5 quart casserole container. It's going to come with the smaller, what I believe is 1.5 quart casserole container. Obviously, it comes with its nice little lid. Now, I will tell you that lots of people actually flip the lid over and will cook in it. So things like cornbreads or vegetables, things like that. This is another smaller dish that you can certainly cook in. The cone is used with the large casserole dish to make cakes. I have 2 cake videos on my blog right now, so if you're interested in making a very, very fast cake with just a cake mix and a can of soda, go watch it. It's really, really fun. And then the last piece to the stack cooker is the insert, so a steamer insert. And this is what is going to make our ground beef so wonderful, because we're not going to have to deal with all the fat and stuff that comes out of the ground beef. So what we're going to do tonight is we are going to use the insert and the large casserole to brown our hamburger. So I'm going to start by cutting. I've got a tube of 3 pounds of ground beef, and I only want to cook 2 right now. So I'm going to get 2 pounds here in our stack cooker. And I don't know about you, but I really don't like touching ground beef too much, so a little bit of protection. All right, so all we are going to do is put the ground beef right into the stack cooker. Well, it's approximately 2 pounds, and we are going to put it in the microwave for 4 minutes. So again, right now, it's the large casserole, and then the raw ground beef is just in the stack cooker. As it cooks, all the grease is going to fall through the slats on the stack cooker, and it'll be collected below. So I'm going to put this in my microwave for 4 minutes, and I'll meet you back here when it's done. There we go. Well, it's been 4 minutes, and 4 minutes is the time suggested for a pound. I am doing 2 pounds, and I can tell you upon first glance we're going to have to go longer because it is still very pink. So there you go, you're learning on the fly with me. All right. I just am using my spatula, and I'm just breaking it up a little bit, kind of like you would do on the stove, just to get it a little bit more evenly cooked. Okay, and I'm going to put this back in for another 2 minutes, and we'll meet back here. Alright, so as you can see, it's very hot, and it does steam a lot, so I push the steam away from me with the lid there, so do be careful. Like all cooking things, it certainly can be dangerous if you're not careful. Okay, so I think that this hamburger is done. This is 2 pounds of hamburger we're doing in the stack cooker, and it took approximately 9 minutes. If you do just a pound, I've done it a couple times, and 4 minutes kind of flat works really well. But so it is really large pieces. You can choose to now put it in a container and chop it up, just with your spatula, that works. It does take a little bit of elbow grease. If you have one, there's a couple different companies, not by Tupperware, make ones that they look like pinwheels, and those are like meat chompers. Those work really well too. We are going to be using the Power Chef system to crunch this up into little pieces. But before I do that, I'm going to actually put this on the lid, and I want to show you all the stuff that came out of it. So this is all the stuff that you would traditionally find in the bottom of your pan that you would then have to use a spoon or try to pour out with like a strainer, you know, like those flat pieces that you're trying to hold onto your pan and like dump out into a can or whatever. So look at that. So that's 2 pounds. I'm not sure if you can see through the side. That is quite a bit on the bottom, but yuck. And this was pretty lean meat. So I'm just going to put this off to the side because we don't want to look at this anymore. I'll just let that cool and probably throw it into a Ziploc bag and throw it away. I know other people can put it in cans or whatever. So while we were cooking the meat on break, I went ahead and kind of cleaned up my station. I just put the 2 jars of spaghetti sauce, it would work with one obviously, in the small casserole dish. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to take the ground beef and we are going to put it in the Power Chef system and we're going to chop it up. I like using the Power Chef. It gets it really fine. I like my hamburger to be ultra fine. I think I'm gonna chop this up and then add some more. All right, so again, Power Chef system, the nice part about this is that with any of the center attachments in there, you're powering it by pull. So the first pull or two can be a little hard, but then once you get it started, it is just, what are we doing in there? So it went from being almost full to about half full. And I can see some bigger pieces on top. So I've heard throughout my team that people do this for tacos, Sloppy Joes, spaghetti, make it in the stack cooker, chili, grind it up in the Power Chef system here, and then go about your day. Now the nice part about the yes, the Power Chef system is awesome, but the nice part about the stack cooker here is you can actually season your ground beef before you cook it. So you can put your taco seasoning right on your ground beef, you can put your chili seasoning right on top, and cook it like that before you then grind it up. And then it just like pre-seasons the meat, gets a lot of that flavor inside of it. All right. I think I put probably a few, I shouldn't have added the extra stuff, I should have done it in 2 full batches. Because what ends up happening is the little tiny stuff falls to the bottom and the big stuff stays on top. But let me just show you, we went from all that really big stuff to all this real fine ground beef. So if you're like me and you don't have a lot of arm strength, this is the way to go. But if you're like me and like sitting here chopping them up with this thing would like drive you insane, this is a much easier and faster option for you. All right, so this is the end of the 2 pounds. And it's significantly less than the last batch we were trying to chomp up. Okay. Well, again, not sure how much of that is showing up on the camera, but it really did get most of it pretty fine. So now we have our spaghetti sauce, which is still cold, our ground beef, which we just cooked. I'm simply going to stir it. I'm going to put it in my microwave on like 70% power. So 50 to 70% power is meant for reheating your food. 100% power is meant for cooking your food. So whenever you go to reheat up leftovers, say that piece of pizza you had, for dinner last night, or any leftovers you have from a restaurant, you definitely want to be reheating them on 50 to 70% power. So that's all I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna put it in at 70% power for a couple minutes just to heat up the sauce. So this stack cooker, again, the material is a really hard resin plastic. It will not pit, it will not stain with the spaghetti sauce. I have a friend whose husband is a mechanic, and he is often greasy, and he has no fear of touching this because it comes right off. So I'm gonna go ahead and warm it up, and I'll show it to you when we come back. Okay. Ooh, that smells good. If I can get my spoon. All right. There you have it. We are ready to eat. I'm gonna call my kids up here in a minute. You can see how fine that ground beef got in our PowerChef system. So what we did in the stack cooker is we took our raw ground beef and we put it in the steamer set with the large casserole dish underneath. Because it was 2 pounds, it took about 9 minutes. You certainly could put it in for the full 9 minutes and just check it at the end. I kind of checked it throughout and then broke it up with a spatula as we went. Transferred to the small one with the pasta sauce after breaking up the hamburger in the PowerChef system. I don't have the microwave pasta cooker yet, so I did still make my pasta on the stove. But that was all done during the time we were watching this video, and my kids are now ready to eat. I hope that you enjoyed this video about making spaghetti sauce with ground beef in your stack cooker, and I could show you how easy and fast it was, and super simple cleanup. All of these pieces, including the PowerChef, can go right in your dishwasher. The only thing with the PowerChef is the top. The top you just want to hand wash the bottom and put off to the side, but all the rest of it can just go right in your dishwasher. So thank you so much for joining us. If you'd like to see more, please visit my blog at TassyH.me. Thank you. Bye.